Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in a prior video, we looked at a whole bunch of gear from the Urban and Range line of Helikon-Tex products. Here in my hands, this is the Urban Tactical Flex Pants, which I did look in general detail in the first video, but today we're gonna take a deeper dive and we're also going to compare them against the original Urban Tactical Pants. So these here, they actually look very, very similar at an initial glimpse. In fact, almost identical, but there are subtle differences and we're gonna talk about that. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that Helikon-Tex makes wonderful products. They are absolutely fantastic, and I wear them usually pretty much every day, and if not every day, I can tell you definitely every week. So both of these pairs of pants have been substantially used, and you'll probably see the stains and marks to prove it. But with that said, we're going to go through all of the details. I'm going to show you both of these and see if it's a fit for you. And so with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to Helikon-Tex who did provide this product for review. Now again, the Urban Tactical Pants from Helikon-Tex. If I had to ask you who makes the best tactical pants, like cargo style tactical pants, I'm sure we would get a ton of different answers, and I appreciate that. There's some awesome stuff out there. But for me, what I found is I do like Helikon-Tex for a number of reasons. Number one, their variety across the board. They have a pretty wide variety when you really look into it, so you can get pretty much this same style pair of pants, yet it falls into a number of different categories, whether it's on the trails, hiking and backpacking, whether it's in the urban environment, maybe it's going to be a little bit thicker, a little bit warmer, maybe you want something that's bushcrafty, maybe you want something that breathes. I mean, they have such a wide variety. That's the first thing. And second is definitely value. When you look at the bang for the buck, there's no real beating Helikon-Tex in my opinion. Now, I bought this pair myself. I've been wearing these for years now, and then Helikon-Tex a few months back did send out the light pair. So the standard pair I bought, and then the light pair they sent out to me. And I like them both equally. I do have to say the light pair is pretty awesome. And then just for the brief discussion, I am going to show you these Outback hybrid pants, which these are not part of the Urban Tactical line, but the reason why I bring it up is just to show how some of these features translate across different product lines. And so here, as we start to take a look at these, the original Urban Tactical Pants. Now these are a cotton and polyester and then a little bit of spandex blend. Here are the Flex, so the Flex model. These are roughly a 50-50 cotton nylon blend. So they are a little different in terms of the material, and that does weigh into, and I say weigh into, the weight. These are going to be a little bit thicker, but at the same time a little bit softer. These are going to be a little bit lighter, but at the same time maybe a little rougher, but they're still not overly rough. I mean, just a little bit. So that's the first thing, is the fabric. Now, the other thing worth noting on the Flex pants, they utilize Helikon-Tex Versa Stretch material in a couple of key locations. So as you can see, these do have a gusseted crotch, which does help with some flexibility and general comfort. Now, both of these pants are feature rich. These are loaded with features, and that's part of what I'm saying when you get value. So the total number of features, the overall durability and quality, the materials, the craftsmanship, but the price very reasonable for what you're getting. So we'll go through both of these now. At an initial glimpse, you can see everything looking very, very similar. We'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. You can see both of these with a Velcro enclosure on the front. And the nice thing is, well, it does give you pretty much, in essence, infinite adjustability. I didn't think at first I would like this nearly as much as I do, but let's be honest, most of us, our weight fluctuates a little bit. For me, Personally, I will go from like a 32-inch waist when I'm like in shape, and I'll go to a 34-inch waist when I'm not. And I do literally play with my weight for specific reasons, for specific outcome at different times. So I kind of manage my body weight a certain way. So right now, I'm looking at a 32-inch waist. Well, if I didn't have the ability to cinch this down, these would get loose. But you can see, you can go pretty much from a nice loose opening all the way to tightening these down. That's definitely the case for both sets of pants. Next is the zippers. They always do a fantastic job using YKK zippers. They work very well. They never snag. They never have problems. So I do like that. Both pairs of pants, these run flawlessly. I've never had an issue with any zippers on any Helikon-Tex products, so that works out nice. Moving across the top, you'll notice ample belt loops. So these are good for an 1.5-inch belt, and plenty of them. Look across the back. That is awesome. The ability to really keep your belt in place. It's not gonna, fall into weird locations. It's not gonna slide up on you. It just works extremely well. And when you look around the waistband, well, you'll also notice that these have an elastic waistband, which again, if you don't have elastic waistbands, I think you are giving up a huge amount in the way of comfort. This really does aid into all-day comfort, helps your pants stay right where you want, just enough flex so that it's comfortable when you stand up and sit down and bend around and all the different things that you might do. So from a practical and like everyday perspective, that's a good thing. But even if it was for a real tactical reason, I could see that definitely coming into play. Now these are absolutely loaded with pockets, and I would say pockets you can see and pockets you can't see. So let's start with the pockets you can see. As we shift to the side of the pants here, we'll kind of put these side by side. You can see the exact same pocket layout. Now these are very effective the way they've been laid out, and I do greatly like the way Helikon-Tex has done this. Now if we orient both of these in the exact same way, you'll notice the pockets are laid out essentially identical. So at the front pocket here, nice deep pockets, definitely capable of holding plenty of gear in there. I try to keep my front pockets empty, with the exception being a lot of times I will actually rock my wallet in my front pocket for a couple of reasons. One, it's easy to get to. Two, I'm not sitting on it. And three, security. It is nice having it in my front pocket. The front pockets have this awesome reinforcement. That's a big deal. For me, I carry my knives. That I really have in my pocket literally all the time, or, well, I also carry a flashlight. So having the reinforced pockets is awesome for a couple of reasons. One, it aids in the ease of getting things into your pocket, but two, obviously the durability where you have doubled up material. Now, the one thing that's a little bit off for me, and it's not a big deal, but typically what I do is I actually carry my knife or my flashlight in the front side of my pocket. So for me, I typically rock my knife up here, and then I have all the room behind the knife for my hands. But I've sort of retrained my brain a little bit to now run the knife in the back of the pocket and leave the front open. It's not ideal, but I have come to terms with it. So then what that does allow me to do is essentially take my keys, and I will clip my keys to the front of the pocket here, so you can see clipping that in, and these drop nicely down and inside the front pocket. So that works out pretty cool. So in one side, I'll have my flashlight and my wallet, and the other side, I'll have my keys and my pocket knife, and life is good. Everything sits down nice and easy, not a problem. So that works out pretty well. So the pocket layout on the front of the pants, absolutely fantastic on both models. Now as we swing around towards the back side of the pants, you'll notice that these have sort of like a slanted rear pocket. So as I adjust these here, you'll notice across the back, both of these with that sort of slanted rear pocket. Now, that's another reason why I don't tend to carry my wallet in the back pocket, especially on these pants. They're fairly wide, but you'll notice on the inside, these do have a magazine pouch. So you could, in theory, get a magazine in there. Now, my mags are short because I typically would be carrying a micro compact, so that's a little bit suspect where they're not sitting all the way down. They kind of have some room in the bottom, but you could definitely do that. I would be a little bit weary of it just to make sure that these don't fall out, because you do absolutely need to keep them concealed. But at the same time, if you had to, you could kind of tuck it down and in there. But of course, that's not the best. If you're carrying these in the first place, it's because you want to get to them, and you can see at this point now that they're in there, it takes a little bit to fish them back out. But the larger pockets do work fairly well for a cell phone, so you could definitely drop those in there. You'll notice how like absolutely huge these rear pockets are. They're massive. I mean, you could literally keep throwing stuff in there and not have a problem. They are actually reasonable for gloves. So if you had to, you could carry some gloves in there. But keep in mind, again, these are on the back side of the pants. Now, a fundamental difference between the original Urban tactical pants and the Flex pants. Inside the pockets, if I pull these out, you'll notice this is just some more ripstop material and some, cotton blend on the bottom here. But inside the Flex version, this is where Helikon-Tex doing a fantastic job. So these are vented, which is great. I love when Helikon-Tex stuffs ventilation in strategic locations. It definitely helps to keep you cool. And that's the case here with the Flex version of the Urban tactical pants. So that's the front pocket. Also, if you look at the back here, inside the back pocket, the Flex Urban tactical pants also having that mesh. So again, venting in some strategic locations, doing a nice job. And just finally, a subtle detail before we leave this section of the pants. You'll notice on the original, it still is leveraging that sort of polyester cotton ripstop blend, where here, this is the Versus Stretch material. So another area where you get a little flex and a little give, and that just aids in all-day comfort. Now again, moving down towards the side of the pants. Again, the pockets very similar. So on the side, a nice large zippered pocket with quality YKK zippers. That works out very well, both pockets being gusseted, so expanding out with a little extra capacity if you need it. On the inside here, again, just a polyester cotton blend ripstop. On the inside here, well, guess what? You get more of that mesh. So the Flex version of the Urban tactical pants having that mesh, again, you can open this up if you so choose to allow it to breathe. And now again, a magazine pocket on the side for an AR style mag. Now for me, sometimes I'll tuck this flap in and sort of leave that open. If I'm carrying larger flashlights or something like that, this pocket does work out fairly well. So depending on what you're trying to do, that's a little bit flexible and versatile. What I can tell you is I would love this more than anything to be my cell phone pocket. But unfortunately for me and the size of my phone is just too big by a little bit. If I work at it, I can like slide this down and in there, but it's just a little tighter than I would like. It'll go, but it's a little tight, and especially once it's on my legs. So if this pocket was literally just the slightest bit bigger, it would work a little bit better for my needs. I don't even necessarily need that to close. I just need a place where I can kind of stuff my phone, and I do like it really on my thigh. So a little bit of a miss there, but not a big deal. Now the same thing here on the Flex version, and inside, even though it's subtle, there is still a little bit of that mesh. And in terms of getting my phone in here, sort of the same thing. It's tight. These pants, this pocket, you'll see even just a little bit tighter. It's kind of the way it's sewn. Again, not a big deal. I wish there was a little more room so I personally could get my cell phone in there. Working down the front of the pants, you can see on the knees reinforced and articulated. So that works out very well. These are articulated knees, and in both cases done pretty much exactly the same. Down around the cuffs, not too much to it. You can see how they're hemmed up. Not a lot in the way of reinforcement, but you can see at the same time, not a ton of wear. I have not beat these up too much, and these have worked out just fine. You can tell on this one, at times I've stepped on it, probably when I take my shoes off. These pants here are just a tiny bit long for me. I typically wear a 32, 34, and you can see these here are a 32 waist, 34 length. These also as a 32, 34, but these are not quite as long by a little bit. It's just kind of how they were cut and how they fit. Now, one thing worth noting is the European sizing. So these are a US 32, 34, but that translates to a European medium long. So the medium being the 32-inch waist, the long translating to the 34-inch length. And so now as we open these up to the inside, both of these are pretty much featured the same way. You will notice these weird angled pockets on the inside. Well, again, that is for magazine storage. So this, in my opinion, works a little bit better than the rear pockets, where this actually will sit nice down inside. Works out pretty well. You can get on it with pretty much ease. It's going to be concealed. It'll sit under your belt, and you should be able to get on this pretty easily. So these pockets doing a fairly nice job. That's the case on both the original Urban Tactical pants, but also the Urban Tactical Flex pants. So you can see here the slanted pocket fitting these inside, and that works out just well. Now this one, interestingly, is a little bit deeper by, I don't know, maybe 2/3 or 3/4 of an inch there, so you can see just a little bit longer. You do have those pockets on both sides, so both on the left and on the right. Now as we work our way around the inside of the Urban Tactical Flex pants, you can see all that mesh that I was talking about. So all the strategic locations for mesh, the breathability, just wonderfully done. So here, as we get a look at the standard Urban Tactical pants, again, as you can see how these fit, they're fairly slim, they're not terribly baggy. I would say a nice, efficient fit. There's not a ton of extra material, they're not too sloppy, and they definitely feel good. They do strike a balance between a pair of pants that you would wear for casual use. I can personally get away with these for like business casual, where for me, it's awesome. I mean, these look clean enough. They kind of match, put on a collared shirt, no problem, yet I have that tactical look and feel when I need it. Now, again, the nice Velcro enclosure, the ability to really fine tune this. So if I want to get these a little bit tighter, no problem. After lunchtime, you want to loosen up a bit. That's just nice. I love that enclosure, and it sits real nice beneath the belt. And again, the ease to clip things to the pants, obviously having the nice pockets, the ability to get my stuff stashed into these pants, absolutely fantastic. Now, as you take a look at the way these fit down around my feet, no problem. These are actually pretty good. Not too much in the way of extra material, and they sit down very nice. And so here with the Urban Tactical Flex pants, a little more baggy, a little more room, and honestly, a little more my style. I do like a little bit more space to breathe and just, I don't know. That's just me. I don't like things that are too tight. But again, the same great features. So having that nice Velcro enclosure, the ability to get these exactly where you need, nice and comfortable. The pockets feeling real good. And that's the nice thing, having a little more sort of material. The pockets aren't quite as tight. They're a little bit looser. And the flex, really feeling good. These are a lighter pant. They sit a little lighter. They stay on your body just a little bit lighter. They're just very comfortable. I do like it. All the great pockets, the nice mesh on the inside. If I need to start venting out, if it's a hot day, I can definitely do that by kind of opening these up a little bit, which works fine. Even all the way through these pockets, if I wanted to, I could kind of open these up, and it does work. If you don't think Helikon-Tex ventilation works, you're mistaken. It definitely does. So having the ability to vent these out in the warmer temperatures or even in the winter. That's a big deal. Not having trapped moisture and the ability to vent is kind of a big deal. So I do greatly enjoy these pants. I actually really am enjoying this Coyote Brown. I think they look fantastic. Helikon-Tex doing a wonderful job. But now in terms of the fit, you can see a little bit longer, and having more material, these definitely hang down a little bit longer than the original Urban Tactical pants. You can see why I'm stepping on the cuff of the pant legs. They're just longer. Now these here are the hybrid Outback pants, which I covered on my primary Outer Limitless channel. I went through great detail on these, so if you're interested in checking these out, please see my Outer Limitless channel. But the reason why I bring these up, just showing how they translate a lot of those same design elements across their lines and make a number of different products to tailor to your needs. So again, that Velcro enclosure, the little loops for your keys, all the nice belt loops across the top. You end up with the shock in the back, versus stretch material in strategic locations. You end up with the gusseted crotch. You have the same sort of reinforced pocket layout, and then the cargo pockets on the side, so the mag pocket, and then again you have your pocket for the actual cargo pocket. Very nice. All the same YKK zippers all the way through your articulated knees. So again, Helikon-Tex doing a nice job taking certain design elements, translating it across the line. So again, whether it's the Outback line or the Urban line, you have all the same great details and features. So from the original Urban Tactical pants to now the Urban Tactical Flex pants. Wonderfully done. I do have to say I greatly enjoy these. So to the people at Helikon-Tex, thank you very much. As always, doing a wonderful job. I can say I definitely recommend Helikon-Tex products. That's pretty much the case every time. There has never been a product they've made that I did not like, and that's especially true for these Helikon-Tex Urban Tactical pants. And for the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor, check out my Outer Limitless channel, which is my primary channel. On that channel, I cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, all the gear that goes with it. So from the apparel, the sleep systems, shelter systems, knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, you name it, that's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.